Thank you for being here. I want to have an honest conversation with you today, one that goes beyond the headlines and the heated debates. I'm speaking to you as a neighbor, someone who sees you at the grocery store, who waves as you head off to work in the morning. I'm speaking to you as a parent, who knows the quiet worry that settles in after the kids are asleep, the hope that you're doing enough, that you're building a better future for them. And I'm speaking to you as a worker, someone who feels the squeeze, just like you. We all feel it, don't we? That persistent, gnawing pressure of an economy that seems to demand more from us every single day. Prices climb, relentlessly. A carton of eggs, a gallon of gas. Each trip to the store feels like a negotiation against our own budget, but our paychecks don't. They feel stagnant, stretched thin, a relic from a time when costs were lower. Jobs change faster than lives can. The skills that were valuable yesterday are obsolete tomorrow, and the promise of stable, lifelong employment feels like a story from another generation. Families juggle 2, sometimes 3 shifts, passing each other like ships in the night just to keep the lights on. Our students drown in debt, starting their careers with a financial burden that will follow them for decades. And our elders, who worked their entire lives, are forced to split pills to stretch the month, choosing between medicine and a decent meal. I don't believe poverty is a personal failure. It's not a lack of effort or a flaw in character. It's a policy choice. It is the predictable outcome of a system that has been designed over years to favor a few at the expense of the many. But if we choose people over profits, we can lift millions. This isn't a radical idea, it's a practical one. That means living wages, so that a full-time job guarantees a life above the poverty line. It means great schools and colleges without lifetime debt, so that education is a ladder up, not an anchor down. It means healthcare you can actually afford, where a diagnosis doesn't lead to bankruptcy. It means real investments in small businesses, the engines of our local economies. It means affordable housing, so families aren't spending half their income just to have a roof over their heads. And it means building infrastructure that creates real, well-paying jobs right where people live. It means a fair tax system, closing the loopholes that allow corporations and the ultra-wealthy to pay a lower tax rate than their secretaries, so that success contributes back to the society that made it possible. That's not charity. That's opportunity. It's about creating a system where everyone has a fair shot, but numbers don't build a nation. People do. And to have this conversation honestly, we have to talk about everyone who is building this nation alongside us. The strength of America is its fabric, a complex tapestry woven from countless cultures, languages, dreams, and grit, especially from those who live in the shadows yet hold us all together. I'm talking about undocumented immigrants, many from Latin America, who are our neighbors, our colleagues, and an integral part of our communities. They care for our children while we work, offering them safety and affection. They clean the offices we hustle in, creating the spaces where our own ambitions can thrive. They harvest the food on our tables, working under the hot sun to feed our families. They build our homes, cook our meals, deliver our packages, and repair our world. Too often they are invisible, but they are always essential. These aren't statistics. They are not abstract numbers on a spreadsheet. They're mothers and fathers, daughters and sons, dreamers and doers who came here to live, not just survive. Just like the ancestors so many of us celebrate, their courage didn't end at a border. It begins every single morning with the quiet determination to provide, to contribute, and to hope. So here's the truth. Legal pathways aren't pity, they're recognition. They are an acknowledgement of a reality that already exists. When people can step out of the shadows and into the light, they pay taxes openly, contributing their full share to our schools, roads, and public services. They start businesses, creating jobs and innovating in our communities. They buy homes, putting down roots and investing in the future of our neighborhoods. They contribute fully, not just with their labor, but with their voices, their ideas, and their civic engagement. Legalization grows the economy for everyone. It honors our most cherished values of fairness, dignity, and equality under the law. But to understand the true scale of this, we need to look at the facts. Data 2026. Let's start with the foundation. 11 million undocumented people live and work here. That's more than the population of Georgia or Michigan. They are not a fringe group, they're a core part of our society, and they are contributors. Every year, undocumented immigrants pay $13 billion in taxes. That money funds our schools, paves our roads, and supports first responders. They pay into a system they cannot fully benefit from, a testament to their commitment to the communities they call home. Now, where do they work? 70% are in essential sectors: construction, agriculture, food service, and childcare. These are the jobs that form the backbone of our daily lives. During the pandemic, they were the ones who couldn't work from home. They showed up day after day, ensuring our country could continue to function. So what happens if we formalize their status? The economic impact would be staggering. According to a study by the Cato Institute, legalization would add $1.5 trillion to GDP over 10 years. That's not a cost, it's an investment with a massive return. It means more jobs, higher wages, and greater prosperity for all Americans. The alternative is just as clear. Without their labor, entire sectors would face critical shortages. Who would harvest our crops? Who would build our homes? Who would care for our children and elders? The economic disruption would be immediate and severe. These are not just numbers, they are people. Real stories. Meet Maria. She cleans 6 houses a day, a blur of motion from sunrise to sunset. Every surface she scrubs, every floor she mops, is a step toward a better life for her children. She does it to pay for their school supplies, their clothes, their future. She is exhausted but driven by a love that knows no borders. This is Juan. He harvests strawberries for 12 hours a day, his back aching under the relentless sun. It is grueling, repetitive work, a job that many Americans refuse. Yet, he does it without complaint, because each berry he picks helps feed his family and the nation. His dignity is not in the wage, but in the work itself, and this is Rosa. She cares for our elders, offering them comfort, companionship, and grace in their final years. She does this while her own children are thousands of miles away in Mexico, being raised by their grandmother. She pours her maternal love into someone else's family, a sacrifice that is both profound and heartbreaking. Maria, Juan, and Rosa are not exceptions. They are the rule. They perform essential, difficult labor for wages that keep them in poverty. So I ask you, with all sincerity, who would replace them for $7.25 an hour? The silence that follows that question is the answer. We need them, and our economy depends on them. So what is the path forward? Economic solutions. The solutions are not ideological, they are practical and economic. First, a pathway to citizenship would add over $500 billion in new tax revenue over a decade. This isn't just about fairness, it's about fiscal responsibility. It's revenue that can fund education, healthcare, and social security. Second, ensuring a living wage for all workers, including newly legalized immigrants, has a direct impact on our communities. Studies show that a living wage reduces the poverty rate by about 30%. This means less reliance on public assistance, stronger local economies, and healthier families. Third, we must fund these investments by ensuring everyone pays their fair share. Closing tax loopholes for the wealthiest individuals and corporations could generate an additional $160 billion annually. This is money that can be reinvested into our communities, creating a virtuous cycle of growth. Legality and prosperity can, and must, advance together. This is not a zero-sum game where one group's gain is another's loss. It is about growing the entire economic pie, so that every person who contributes to our nation can share in its success. Every election cycle, fear tries to make enemies out of neighbors. We're told to be afraid, to see the immigrant as a threat, as a drain on our resources. I refuse. I reject that narrative of division. I choose to humanize, to see the person behind the label. I choose to listen, not just to the loudest voices, but to the quiet stories of struggle and resilience. And I choose to remember that their struggles are ours, and their hopes for their children are intertwined with mine. If government sets smart, compassionate policy, if businesses open their doors to this untapped talent, and if communities like ours show up with empathy and support, then opportunity becomes a right, not a raffle. That is the American way, and the human way. Let's build an inclusive economy where every hand that helps to build it has a secure and dignified place in it. Let's embrace our diversity as our greatest asset. Let's legalize for strength. Join the conversation at America Latina News. Visit americalatinanews.com to learn more, share your story, and be part of the solution. Thank you. No voice, SFX, soft pop chime. Subscribe for more, new videos weekly, hold fives.